Dr. Monte Anderson has devoted his career to being a teacher of teachers, investing in the careers of up-and-coming agricultural educators. For the past 35 years, through the curriculum and dual major he developed at Wilmington College, countless young people have gone on to become generations of FFA advisors and agricultural education teachers. Of course, much hard work was put forth starting decades ago.
You know, in the late 70s, early 80s, not a lot of people were encouraging their children to go into agriculture. It was a tough time to be in agriculture. And so our numbers had dwindled, and I remember going to Dr. Thorburn, who was from the East Coast and very dry humor, and I said, Dr. Thorburn, if our numbers don't turn around, what happens? And I can't mimic him, but he said, you'll be looking for a job. And then a small smile. And I took him seriously. So I went back to Don Chafin and Harold Terry and Al Conklin and said, guys, we got to work on this. And we did. Everybody brought something to the table, and we started with a clean sheet of paper. And instead of being, I don't want to call it a transfer module, but a school that students would come to and then transfer to Ohio State, we set it up based off of internships and got the industry involved. And so we had students out in the ag industry early on and really built the program off of internship model.
Monte began his career at Blackhawk Community College, where he was the division director for agriculture and responsible for the oversight and management of the division and faculty. He joined Wilmington College in 1985 and served in various administrative roles, including chair of the agriculture department, which is the largest department on campus. He had a part in planting the seeds of agriculture in the minds and hearts of hundreds of students and then helping them grow. Through it all, his purpose was always to put students first.
In education, there's always a challenge for the dollars. And you just basically had to say what's best for the students. And when you start the conversation with that, then people start looking at what is best for the student instead of, well, we want this or we want that. So if everybody uses that as the theme, what's best for the students, the right decisions are made. And so that's what we did.
Monte is an educator, an encourager, a mentor, an advocate for agriculture, and an advocate for students. He said some of his favorite memories are expanding students' horizons.
I really like to get students off campus, and I think that's where you see this growth. They need to get out of a comfort zone. And so some of those things have been taking students to agronomy society meetings, and that's been throughout the United States.
Not only is he a great friend to Wilmington College, but also the Wilmington community.
I worked in the dean's office as a graduate student, but Roy Kottman would talk about the three aspects of agriculture: teaching, research, and service. And he would then tie that to legislation. And service was that extension piece as he looked at it. And so we got into Wilmington and realized very quickly that you were part of the community. And so I've been very fortunate to have some mentors that have really helped me in the community. And probably the biggest service thing that we did over time was when DHL left Wilmington. It left a void in there where people, about 10,000 people in a 5-county area lost their jobs. And so that summer we put together as a department, we had the land resources. We grew sweet corn, tomatoes, and potatoes. And we grew a lot of it, and then we gave it to the food pantries in various churches. And we continued that for a number of years and then transitioned it into just growing upwards to 150 types of tomatoes.
Among his many awards and accomplishments, he received the Ohio Farm Bureau Agricultural Educator Award, the Wilmington College Student Government Association Teaching Excellence Award, and the Ohio FFA Honorary State Degree. His contributions to agriculture focus on what can be done collectively to better prepare and advance Ohio agriculture teachers. Anyone who works with him is the beneficiary of his servant leadership.
You know, where you feel most comfortable is where you do your best work. And I know that a lot of people have thought, well, Wilmington and Ohio State compete, or Wilmington and Central State, or Central State and Ohio State. And what I've always told a student visiting is they're doing the right thing. Visit the colleges where you want to be and see where you feel most comfortable. That's where you'll do your best work. We are all, and Ray Miller used to say this, he said, we're all interested in you getting involved in agriculture. Whether it's at Wilmington or Ohio State, we want you in agriculture. And so I got to thank Ray for that. And I've always tried to say that. Be involved in agriculture, if not 3 times a day. You know, if you think about it, we're all ag educators. If you're in sales, you're educating people about your product. We just happen to be in a formal teaching setting. We have got an amazing team, Ag Ed, in the state of Ohio. Those teachers are phenomenal.
The Ohio Agricultural Council is proud to welcome Monte R. Anderson as a member of the Ohio Agricultural Hall of Fame.